This is the walkthrough video for PCTC 24-25, round 1 Navigator, question 7, juices. So in this game, we're essentially simulating a tennis game to figure out how many juices have occurred in this game. And for reference, I'm not going to bother using this dodgy scoring system. I'm just going to count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Partially because that makes the code easier, and secondly because I don't really get the point of that. Okay, so to start off with, let's say player A starts with 0 points, player B also starts with 0 points, and our answer, which is the amount of juices there are, is also 0 to begin with. Then we're going to have an infinite while loop, a while loop that keeps on running and takes in the input, and we'll just break out of the while loop once the game is over. So the point, we've inputted that. So if point is equal to A, that means A is just 1 up points, we increase A by 1. Otherwise, that means B is 1 up points, we increase B by 1. Now we need to figure out if it's a juice. So if AB is equal to 3, 3, because remember 3 represents 40, because it's 1, 2, 3. So 3 represents 40. So if it's a juice, then answer increases by 1. And we also need to figure out if the game is ended. So the game is ended if one of the players is on 4 and one of the players is on 2. Because if one of the players is on 2, that means they've got 30. And one of the players is on 4, that means they've got the game point, so they've won. So that means if 2 and 4 is in one of our scoring configurations, which is AB or BA, and this is basically just like a slightly faster way of writing what would otherwise be a longer if statement. We're just checking to see if this score configuration exists in the current 2 players. And if it does, we can break out of the while loop and print off our final answer. Now we also need to account for when a juice actually happens, the point system changes, right? So if there's a juice and player B has the advantage, but player A has just won the point, then player B loses the advantage. So we need to say if player B is on the advantage, which is 4, then we want player B to actually decrease by 1, and player A doesn't do anything. So player A only increases by 1 if it's not currently an advantage point. And the same logic applies over here. So we can do that here. Like that. And we also therefore need to implement the juice winning logic up here. So this is one way to win, but the other way to win is if a player has won the juice. And that basically means if a player has reached a score of 5, they've won the juice. So that has to be true. Or 5 is in AB, which is again a neater way of writing what would otherwise be a much longer if statement. And that gets us all 3 points.